And I never, ever, ever thought that I would want to do like a sci-fi film. Never. And it started getting like the AI started unlocking this creative portal of other types of stories. And that sort of started happening with another film lab that I did in August. That one, from that emerged this film called Mama Robot,
Hmm.
which came to me because I saw this fake news about a robot that could host a fetus in her womb for the 9 months of the gestation period. And I got really obsessed with this story. And so I started thinking, well, what if that like really could happen? And it doesn't feel to me, knowing the technology and knowing how much it's advancing, it doesn't feel that distant.
Yeah.
Okay, I know people think that I'm crazy when I say that, but I think it is possible. It might have even been like some that actually somebody has already invented that, but that they don't want to release it yet. Anyway, I got obsessed with that and I created a film about that. And which is like a very weird film and also explores a lot about just the narrative of how we tell the stories and media and also podcasts, like how we absorb media. And then for the December lab, I ended up telling the story of this child that was from the robot's womb 30 years later. Like, who is she? Who is this woman? How basically what is interesting to me is how does the technology impact us as humans? And this relationship between technology and humanity is actually something that I started really getting into when I was doing the film about my father's group because they explored similar topics. And so now I realize that actually I have this passion for the exploring this technology and humanity and imagination, like these sort of topics. But what was interesting about Patagonia is that I filmed live action, like real footage of this woman, right, of this actress in these different scenes. And then I got back and I had 2 months to edit this film to like refine it.
Mhm.
And there were a lot of things that I was like, oh man, I wish I had gotten that shot. And oh my God, there's dust on the lens of like this. There was dust on the lens for this shot. And there were a lot of parts that were frustrating to me. And so at a certain point, I'm like, well, I have AI. And I had never used it in that way, but I was able to regenerate some of the shots without, eliminating the dust. I was able to generate additional footage that looks exactly like you can't tell. Which is also uncanny and scary,
Ah.
right? And part of the problem of like why people are afraid because we don't trust. There's been a break in the trust. So when we see things, we don't know if they're real or not.
Mhm.
And so that's the downside, right? But then there's the upside that I was able to create and craft a film that I think is much more powerful and people will really resonate with it. And it's still weird, but that's okay. I'm also, I have a different experience of like how I want to create when I'm doing independent films. Like I'm not trying to, do like a mainstream thing that is in the line of what people always expect.